Hi, I'm Marcus.
And I'm Nick.
And we are Working Class Nerds.
We're the podcast that gives you no information about your favorite information.
Today is Thursday, May 16th, 2019, and you can find this Holy Shit, Nick Graduated from College podcast on Apple Podcasts, Buzzsprout, Google Podcasts, and Stitcher. You can find me on Twitter. I am at MarcusB814.
And I am at Nick Vern. That's NickVern. And this week's episode, we're finally talking about Avengers Endgame. So that's right. We finally did it. And we're happy to welcome back two of our most beloved reoccurring guests in no particular order. First up is Ari. She's our resident Marvel aficionado and expert on the MCU's expanded lore, including comics and other crackpotitude theories. We're also stoked to bring back our masterson of movie reviews, Dent. So
Hello.
Thank you. He's a fellow AIE guildie and is really good at guild invites, among other various AIE and SOTOR activities.
I'm glad I'm useful to something.
So thank you both for joining us. And before we get into the movie, spoiler alert, we're spoiling anything and everything Endgame, so if you haven't watched the movie, basically turn this off now. We'll go watch the movie and then come back and listen to it.
And last thing is this is probably going to be a really long podcast, so A, go pee, B, go make some popcorn, or C, make a vodka tonic with lots of lime.
Okay.
Lots of vodka.
I'm more of a vodka soda kind of guy, but yeah. whatever your beverage of choice might be.
Anyways.
If you're into that. So, without further ado, Ari and Dent, what have you guys been up to?
Am I starting it off?
You can if you want.
Alphabetical.
Alrighty. So I'm officially done with school.
Woo!
I know. Woo woo.
Like you graduated?
Yeah, I have
No.
a bachelor's degree in neurobiology and physiology.
It's physiology and neurobiology, okay? The physiology comes first. Bitches.
Nerd.
No, you graduated your first year of college.
Second year of college.
Yeah, Ari's officially a junior now.
Yeah. I'm halfway done with my undergrad.
Yep.
Wow.
I know. Crazy. I finished like a month ago, though, which is
Right, yeah.
absurd
You
to me.
finished like the end of April, and I still had like a whole week of classes and then finals week, and you were home and like drinking your face off.
Yep. And I've been so bored because no one else was home.
Right.
I finished so early. So I've been binge watching shows, been reading. I haven't read a book since like high school. Before that, even.
So 2 years.
Yeah.
Are you reading a Game of Thrones book?
No, that's boring.
Oh, come on. The Game of Thrones books are good.
Well,
Awesome.
Yeah.
Except that I'm eating this Granny Smith apple, and there are 3 black spots on it.
Well, see,
and
I like that.
there's a dimple at the rear end of the apple.
And as he examined the dimple, it made him think of the dimple on Brienne's
Cersei's
ass.
Bodhi.
Robert Stark.
Wait,
looked
did you
off
say
into the
Brianna's ass? You
No.
mean Phasma?
No, Brienne's ass.
Oh, all right.
And yes, Brienne of Tarth, who is
It's
played by
Phasma.
Gwendolyn Christie, who
Phasma.
also plays Captain Phasma.
It's only Phasma. Anyways.
You're only.
Can we get
now.
to what Ari's been doing?
I feel like this is every family reunion ever. I begin to talk and just get so talked over.
So anyway, what are you reading?
I'm reading a book called Sharp Objects. It's by the same author who did Gone Girl, so it's like really fucked up. It's like a murder mystery, really intense.
What's Gone Girl?
Gone Girl is basically a woman frames her husband for her murder.
Right. She fakes her own death and frames her husband for the murder.
Yeah.
It was turned into a movie starring Ben Affleck and Rosamund Pike.
Wow, she's gangster.
Gangsta.
Yes.
But yeah, so I'm reading Sharp Objects. It's kind of like the same, like spooky, female badass, all and above, murder mystery,
Okay.
craziness. It's good. I'm like halfway through the book right now.
Well, that sounds really exciting.
Yeah, and then I've also been watching a ton of shows. I've been watching a ton of Netflix originals. There's one, it's a short show called Bonding. So funny. It's like these two high school friends reconnect like after college, and one of them is a dominatrix.
Oh.
And she ropes the other friend into the gig, and it's so funny. It's so funny of like
So the friend becomes a dominatrix too?
he is assistant to a dominatrix.
Oh.
And it's
What does the assistant do?
Like hand you like nipple clamps and whips or something?
And yep.
Scalpel. I mean nipple clamps. Here you go, sir. Now go sit in the corner.
And jerk off.
It makes me think of like the Gimp.
Right. Yeah, well, I think the GIMP might be the receiving end of the thing. This podcast took quite the turn. Thanks,
Ari.
Ari.
You're welcome. I've also been watching another Netflix original called Dead to Me. I finished it. Actually, there's only just one season out, but it was a woman's husband gets hit by a car, hit and run.
Yep.
And she befriends this other woman in like a loss group, whatever.
Right.
And the other woman ends up being the person who hit her husband. And like you find
Dun,
that,
dun, dun.
yeah, you find that out like early in the seasons, but like they don't know, and it's crazy. It's crazy. And there's just so much roped into it, and it's keeps twisting and turning, and it's insane.
Twisting and
A
turning.
lot of murder mysteries.
I hope you're taking a picture, Nick.
No, I'm actually taking a video
Oh.
for the Snapchat.
Yeah, but I need it for the Instagram.
Oh.
Because I always take pictures of you, and people are like, who is this guy?
Yeah, I'll take a photo.
How come we keep cutting Ari off?
I was just gonna say that too. I was like, sad.
Anyway, so Ari, have you been watching Game of Thrones?
No, I'm
All
just
right.
kidding. Yeah.
Is it the
course.
worst season ever?
Oh, okay.
No.
No,
it's
I
not.
hate when people say that. I have been calling Daenerys.
Wait. No spoilers.
Okay, fast forward 2 minutes on the podcast if you haven't seen.
No.
Okay.
No, you are not spoiling
Marcus
that shit for
hasn't
me.
seen it. I forgot.
No. You can talk up to season 3
Okay.
episodes.
Oh my god, you're so lame.
Wow.
You need to catch up. Our mom watched all 7 seasons in like 2 weeks.
Okay, so can the difference between me and Mama Mo, okay,
Yeah.
is that she gets out of work, takes a shower, takes a dump, and eats her supper, and then go watches Game of Thrones.
Pretty much.
I get home, play with the kids, bath time, and then save the galaxy until 11 p.m., like 5 out of 7 nights a week, then watch 1 or 2 episodes of Game of Thrones a week.
More like 1 and then
No,
20
actually-
minutes of 1 and then fall asleep.
Oh, yeah, that was me the other night, but it's because I watched something that really bothered me in that show. Like,
What is it?
Oh, spoilers for season 3. Dad, go ahead. What were you going to say?
No, I was just going to say, just read the wiki. That's what I do.
you don't watch it?
The wiki's good.
Oh, no, I don't watch, and I barely watch anything nowadays.
Yeah. Well,
I just end up having to read what happened so I can be in the conversation a little bit and fake it.
fake
Fake it till
it.
you make it.
Fake it.
So so talk about it.
Wait.
If you haven't seen up through season 3 of Game of Thrones, fast forward a little bit
Well,
because I want to
like,
hear Marcus's reaction.
my wife has had 2 babies,
Yeah.
and the directors decided to have these people stab this chick that was pregnant in the gut like 4,000 times, and I was just like
Horrified.
I was horrified. I was like, why
The
would
Red
you?
Wedding?
Yeah.
Yes, the Red Wedding.
Like, but it was so clear that was going to happen because the Arya girl was on her way back, and like she's staring off at the castle like, I'm so in the dog guy was like, oh,
The
you're
Hound.
so far away, but you're so close. You're afraid you're not going to get there. I'm like, clearly something bad is going to happen,
Right.
Because she is never going to be reunited with those people. And then the guy's laughing as he's like, whatever, and the doors close, and I'm like, oh, this is the end of these people.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun. And
It was stunning when it happened. I mean, people who read the books knew that
well,
happened.
so I watched it, and then I don't remember somebody I was playing games with. They're like, "Hey, you gotta go to YouTube and watch the reaction videos
Yeah.
of people watching that episode," and people were like going bananas.
Yeah.
But
Because people thought, like, once Ned dies in season 1, basically, like, Robb Stark and Catelyn and that arc is, like, the main people of the show. What are you laughing at?
Yeah. No, just... Yeah, everyone dies.
everybody dies. Yeah. So anyway, Dent, what have you been up to?
Wait, I didn't even finish.
Shit,
Oh my
she's
God.
not done yet. You're
Oh,
walking all
see?
over it.
Do you even read the show notes, Marcus?
No.
First of all,
We know.
I didn't even get to talk about my part of Game of Thrones.
All right. So your part. Go.
There's a character that goes a little cuckoo bananas, and everyone's mad that they're going cuckoo bananas, but I called that like 4 seasons ago.
Right.
And it's super,
Obvious.
like, they had so many eggs and so many foreshadowings to that character going cuckoo bananas, and I'm annoyed that people don't like
Are
that arc.
surprised.
Can I quote that again, cuckoo bananas, because I always tell people they're going bananas.
Yeah.
But now, like, I can take that. Like,
To the
you
next
can be
level.
going bananas, but now if I tell you you're going cuckoo bananas, now you're going ape shit hostile, and like,
Right.
Yeah.
everybody better fucking run.
Like burning a whole city.
I can't. Can we just note that Ari's mic sounds phenomenal, and that's from Julia's karaoke
set.
machine.
Dude, dynamic
Thank
mics
you.
are the way to go.
Yeah, and we made it work with this. Awesome.
Wait a minute. Julie has a karaoke machine?
Wait a minute. You didn't know that?
Julia's
Wait,
pretty
she-
gangster.
Yeah, she like will sing the whole Frozen song and the Rapunzel, one of the Rapunzel songs. Like she'll sing it.
Yeah, I know. We
That's
sing
awesome.
it all the time without the karaoke machine.
Yeah,
But the karaoke machine's a game changer.
but just wait, because then I've been teaching her how to sing hardcore and scream. So like I'll put it on the background and I've taught her how to and she'll do it and it's great. But then she says she gets scared because the music is scary.
That's fair.
Well, yeah, she's 3.
But it's awesome.
That is awesome.
I'm trying to be the most successful dad in the world.
That's great.
She's going to be a weird kid.
She's gonna have lots of a wide cornucopia of interests.
Yeah. She's either going to be really weird or really cool.
She's going to be really cool, but she loves... we'll talk about the Star Wars thing another day. Anyways, what else, Ari?
I just got caught up with another Netflix original On My Block. I just have been binge watching shows, to be honest, and reading.
It's gotta suck when you get out of school so early, and like you're like calling your friends, and you're like, "Yo, let's have a beer," and they're like, "Oh, I'm still at college studying
Yeah,
for finals."
They're like, my finals is in 3 weeks. I'm not home for another month, but it's okay. Having me time. But On My Block's really good. It's like these freshmen in high school, and they live in like a super bad town. And it's like riddled with gang violence, a lot of like drug problem and things like that. But it's a comedy, so it deals with like these really like real subjects. But then it's also so funny. Like one of the characters that I love is the grandma Abuelita. She just smokes so much weed throughout the show, and it is hilarious.
You know, Grandma Abuelita just means like granny or
Yeah,
Grammy.
yeah, I know.
Oh.
She just call it Abuelita. Like that's just her
Her
name.
character's
And
name?
yeah, but it's so funny.
That is funny.
She's great. I love the show. I just finished it. I cried at an episode last night, and I don't think I've cried at a TV show like ever. Even Game of Thrones, I've never cried.
I cry all the time.
That's good.
I cried at Endgame.
Oh yeah, I cried in Endgame as well.
Are we gonna? We should do an episode on that at some point.
Nah.
Yeah, my eyes sweated there.
Your eyes sweated there too.
I straight up cried
Yeah.
like a baby.
Marcus legit cried. My eyes sweated, for sure.
Anyway,
Back at the ranch. Ari, did you have anything else?
No, that's it.
Dent, what have you been up to? Without further ado.
So let's see. I've been playing a couple of games. I've been playing Star Trek Online a lot. An awful lot, actually, almost every day. Started playing a little bit of Sea of Thieves on the PC, which is also, it's nice that it's also compatible with the Xbox, so I can just pick it up there if I ever want to go on my console. Played a little bit more, picked up Subnautica again, and then I've been still been playing Red Dead on and off.
wait, you're still playing Red Dead? Did you beat it?
Yeah, I beat it, and then I had to switch consoles with my son, so then I started it up in a new game there, and then he wanted that console back, so I started working on the 100% on the original save, so...
What do you guys have like an Xbox and a PlayStation you're switching?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
is it, all right,
Yeah.
I didn't know if like you had a PlayStation Pro and he had a PlayStation 4.
No, it's a PlayStation and Xbox swapping.
Nice.
Do you have an Xbox One X?
No, just a 1S.
Sure.
S, X, whatever.
S.
SSX tricky.
360.
Actually, I did just upgrade my keyboard and mouse. I got I got a HyperX keyboard and mouse that really nice.
Really?
Nice feels, yeah.
My little brother Tom got the HyperX mouse and keyboard, which it's really, really good. He loves it.
Yeah, I love the feel of it.
I personally can't stop using a Logitech. I'm like mega boner for it. But anyway, did you get a combo box or was it a
just
individual sales?
Individual.
But isn't it crazy? You know, you've been playing on the PC a long time. Isn't it crazy that the how much like the peripherals have come down in cost over the years? Like it used to be uber expensive for stuff, and now, I mean, you can
cost me $200 for the keyboard and mouse.
Yeah, but but it used to be $200 for a keyboard.
Not really.
Oh, I maybe that's what I remember.
No, keyboards are. It's only until recently that they've really gone up a lot because of all the customizations and the lighting effects that they do.
Yeah, the RGB.
Yep.
So you've been really taking AIE and SOTOR pretty serious lately. I mean, in STO. I'm sorry, Star Trek Online. Want to tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, we've been so every Sunday night we've been doing an MFN. There's usually typically it's just three of us. Smoke and Carly show up, and we just run TFOs and talk about the game and upgrades and what gear to get next and whatnot.
What is a TFO?
I would say in Star Wars terms, the Old Republic, it's they're like flashpoints.
All right.
They're quick, usually 15-minute games, depending on the TFO, and with varying difficulties. So the easy ones, you get certain type of you get your basic reputation, but then if you do the advanced ones, you get the basic rep plus the additional rep tokens you need for gear.
Right.
But that game is one nice thing with that game is they're constantly doing updates, adding missions, adding TFOs. There's always an event going on. It's a ton of customization options that you have.
So it's unlike Star Wars: The Old Republic, where we have to wait sometimes forever for an update. They're constantly giving you updates.
Yeah, it seems like that. I think we get more content, but the content shorter played.
Sure.
So it like a TFO, like I said, it takes like 15, 20 minutes to run one. And then this week they just released 2 episodes, which are equivalent to missions.
Sure.
So those run like half hour, 45 minutes per episode, depending how you play it. And it's story content, so it kind of builds on the lore. The current release stuff that they've done is all kind of based around Discovery.
Oh, the new show on CBS Online.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not even on regular CBS TV, is it?
It's just the streaming.
Yeah, it's just in their CBS All Access.
CBS All Access. Now, how can we tell us a little bit, how is Star Trek Online free to play?
It is free to play.
Wow, so go download the game, because I did.
And you have plenty of options in the way you want to play. Like, just the free to play, you get access to everything. You just are limited on like inventory slots, which you can buy additional inventory slots, and bank slots, and ship slots. Like you can buy a ship you want, or you can just play with the ones that they offer you in game. They also have a new mechanic that they released earlier in the spring, where you can start getting like top tier ships by running the content, the special content each week. Actually, this week I don't think they have one, but it's a tier 6 token that you work towards.
Right. All right. Bless you, Nick.
Thank you.
And if you're like me, sometimes you just, like, if they have a sale or something, you end up buying a pack of ships anyways. I have so many ships right now. Well, maybe not as many as some people, but I had to have quite a bit.
Now, when you say the content is free, right? You say the content is free.
Yep.
do you get... So all of the new content is free too?
Yep.
Whoa.
So how do they make money?
Through the store.
Through buying...
Customization.
Through buying... Well, the ships are more than just customization. They actually have abilities built into them.
Right.
So it's purchasing the ships, purchasing... you can purchase some bridge officers. There are some customizations, like you can purchase bridge styles. Every once in a while, they'll offer a sale on the lifetime membership, which also gives you like a stipend each month of the in-store credit.
That's cool.
So they mostly make make all their money off the store.
Right. Well, that's awesome.
Can you buy your own custom red shirts for your crew so that when they die, it's like on brand?
So you actually do have a bridge crew that you level with you, and you can swap them out. And like, I have like a former Borg. I have an android. I have a lot of different stuff that I've picked up just over the years. And then, like I said, you can customize them, you can name them, you can give them a red shirt if you want, or you can give them a blue or yellow shirt.
That's
sure.
Cool. I was just making a cheesy joke is all about the red shirts always dying in the original show. That was a thing, right? I'm not screwing that up?
Nope, you're not screwing that up.
Okay.
That's the thing.
Wow, look at him. Look at Nick. Nick, the Star Trek lore man.
Hey, I came in 6th place out of 20 teams at bar trivia night last night in Trumbull.
Oh, congrats.
It was mostly like 1970s music trivia, so all of the songs were before I was born. I just guessed.
Wow.
Anyways, back at the ranch.
All right.
Dent, what else have you been up to?
So I've also been, let's see. I just want to do a couple of shout-outs to a couple of YouTube channels that I've been watching lately, like
Sure.
Neebs Gaming and Red Letter Media. Neebs Gaming does a lot of kind of machinima type stuff, so it's a lot of in-game...
How-to stuff?
Not how-to, but more of like entertainment, like short stories. Right now they do a lot of stuff with Arc and what's another one? They just finished up a series with the Forest. They used to do one on GTA, so it's very entertaining. Cool. And then Red Letter Media they've been around for a while too. Where they it's a lot of movie reviews. They seem kind of blue collar type, but the knowledge of movies it's actually quite well. And they also do a couple of shows on like B movies, which is highly entertaining.
Mega Shark versus Giant Tornado. Sharknado.
Have you guys... Wait, side note. Have you seen the new Godzilla movie?
No, I have not.
Or
no.
It's just not the... I don't think it's out yet, but the trailers for it.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the 17 mega fighter
it's like
monsters versus
Godzilla
the
versus
king.
everything.
Godzilla,
Yeah.
King of the Monsters.
Oh my god. It's Godzilla. He's attacking Coco.
See, that is substantially less funny when people can't see your mouth moving. They just hear your weird pauses. Marcus is moving his mouth about 10 times more than the words are coming out.
That was great for a podcast.
Yeah. Well, that's every
Swing
time
and a miss.
All right. Holding my head in shame.
Oh, man.
Anyways.
Back at the ranch.
Yeah, back at the ranch. Sorry.
Dent, what have you been doing? I know you mentioned you're playing Red Dead Redemption 2. What have you been doing specifically? Like, are you playing the online, or are you just polishing off the 100%?
I'm just working on 100%.
Oh, okay, I getcha.
So working on all the challenges, and there was one day I went on a rampage, and it didn't end well for anyone.
Rampage!
Let me just say, like, I maxed out my bounties in all the counties.
Oh, nice! I gotta go back and do that. I finished the story and I haven't gone back to like 100% stuff. I should really do that.
Well, it's because you were running, like you were sprinting to get to the end of it, so then you could move on to.
Yeah, I actually did get like 80% though. Like I tried to do all the side quests too, but I just kind of sprint through them.
No, I was looking for something in one town, and a guard didn't. I think it was up in Annesburg. Guard didn't like it and started shooting at me, and
He went full rampage.
The carnage.
Carnage.
That's awesome. I've definitely lit up a few towns and then, or like quick saved and then lit up a few towns and then reloaded
Oh,
the save.
no.
Like, okay, back to normal.
I didn't do that.
You just lived with the bounty. That's awesome.
Oh, I was like, all right, I gotta pay this off because I'm gonna be followed everywhere.
All right. So, have you been playing any Star Wars?
Oh yeah, I've been doing I was on MFN last night, and I still run the Monday night team, and then I play on the Thursday night team.
Whoa.
Nice.
Super star.
So
And I do see in the notes here. So I heard through the grapevine,
yeah,
i.e. Ted Semi, that you're going to be on the AIE podcast this week.
yeah, Sunday. They're asking Carly and myself to be on to talk about Star Trek Online and what we're doing in there.
That's fantastic. That's exactly what they need. I remember, Star Trek they used to have somebody from Star Trek Online on the show a lot, but I don't know what happened.
The director for that game, his playtimes are a little off than everyone else's. It's because I've tried to talk to him and see if they move like the MFN and whatnot, and he's like, no. Since you're getting people, that's what we need. So
Sure, I'm with you 100%.
So
what time? Right before that, Nick.
sure. Sorry.
What time is the show this Sunday?
was it they start at 8:00?
I think 8 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
And if you want to check Dent out with Corley, because we talk about Corley enough too on the show.
Yeah. He's great.
Go
That's
to aie-guild.org and you can click on the podcast link and you can watch the live feed.
Whoa.
Boomba.
That sounds really convenient.
It is really convenient. And it's easy to do.
So, without further ado, speaking of easy to do, Marcus, what have you been up to this week? Did you beat Dread Fortress yet? Because, while we're on the topic of things that are easy to do, and I can't believe it's taken you this long to beat it.
Ouch. Ouch, that really hurts. So, first things first, we got a amazing set of packages from
Soterista?
Yep,
And?
Kogus.
Wow.
So
This is the first I'm hearing of him.
Well, it's because Nick. All right, so we were supposed to start a little while ago, but Nick decided that
I wanted to eat dinner.
and he wanted a lollygag for a while.
Oh my god, I was so mad.
Harry was pissed. I'm like, I came downstairs, I showered, I was like ready to rock, and then I started making food. She's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, eating. She's like, "We gotta go. I don't want to be there at Marx's till midnight." I'm like, you can go. I just wanted to eat something. And she's like, blah, 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 blah. I'm leaving.
But you have
the door.
But you have to understand. Usually we start the podcast at like 6:30.
No,
it's 8 o'clock.
It's usually 8 o'clock.
8 or 8:30.
Well, okay, we get here for like 6:30.
Yeah, keep that mic close to your mouth.
I'll open your grill.
All up in there.
Is this close enough?
It's too close. Anyway, so we got a special package from Soterista and Kogus, and so Nick didn't even know about it, and I'm going to give him the stuff live right here so he can freak out.
Yeah.
So this is straight up from them.
This is a reaction podcast. It's a t-shirt. Wait a minute. I think I got a preview of this shirt. Hold on. I only have two hands. Hold on.
Just pass it. So that's straight from
Let me unpack some things here.
Yeah, so I ordered that shirt. That's Zen picked it up for us from the person and sent it over.
This shirt's epic. You were wearing this the other day, and I noticed it.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
Yep.
It's like a gold SOTOR logo
with
the Republic and Imp
logos
matched together.
Correct.
Very cool.
All right. So, and then the next thing, as Nick's opening it, I think the show floor is on there, but you don't need that's just because I couldn't unwrap it fast enough.
It's a PAX show floor.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
No, it's not PAX show floor. It's a Star Wars celebration.
Sorry, it's the same graphic style. That's cool. Very cool.
Oh, that's whatever. But anyway, so there's two epic things. That is custom. And
Oh, it's a Boba Fett or a Mandalorian?
Mandalorian.
Custom Lucasfilms official concept art,
Yep.
basically.
And it's autographed by the artist.
Whoa!
So you can get that shit framed. Thanks, Soterista, and thanks, Kogus.
I will totally get this framed. Thank you, both of you.
And then the other thing is, the only way you could get that was if you were at the Mandalorian panel.
Oh, it's like promo photo from the like a poster.
Right,
almost.
but you could only get that as if you were in the panel at Star Wars Celebration.
That's really cool.
Yeah, that is sweet. So thank you guys so much for that. It's been awesome. So,
Looks really cool. I'm
yeah.
proud of this.
All right. So
Once again, visual things
Yes.
on an audio
Yo.
podcast.
yeah, but whatever. It's our way of saying thanks.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
They are really cool.
so I've been
I
running.
can see it in my mind.
Okay.
In your mind's
So
eye. So
okay. So I've been running with the Porg team, which is Brian from the Bad Feeling Podcast, Hard Mode Ops team, on Thursday nights, and we've been working on Explosive Conflict. We get to the tanks, and oh my god, it's tough, man. That fight is no joke.
yeah,
The repair bills are plenty.
the repair bill.
But thank God. So I've decided, remember when I won the 100 million credits?
Yes.
Okay. So I won the 100 million credits, and I've decided that I'm not going to spend that on anything in game except repair bills.
Okay.
So I'm
And
hoping.
see how long it lasts.
Well, I'm hoping that I never have to buy anything and sell it on the GTN ever for the rest of the game's life.
Oh, that'd be cool.
So then all I have to do is
Play.
play.
Yeah.
Anyways, so Death Star Troopers took the last 2 weeks off due to Mother's Day, and the week before that, we had 4 people missing. So, and then this week, I put a vote out. I haven't looked to see where the vote is because it's the final episode of Game of Thrones.
Right. So people are busy.
Well, right. So, I don't want to take that away from people because if it was Star Wars Episode 9 and it was coming out on a Sunday, I wouldn't be going to
Raid.
I wouldn't rate at all. See you later.
Yeah.
Not even an option. And I don't want to take that away from people, but at the same time, missing 3 weeks of hard mode ops, I feel like
You're gonna be real rusty when you come back.
no, I feel like I'm
Tweaking?
yeah, I'm
You
tweaking out. I need that itch to see Brontes.
Right.
But anyway, so the last time again we got there, we got to the clock phase. It was good. Anyway, last Saturday night, we did our mega event, which is the monthly Epic Guild activity. The monthly event that I run for the guild, and we did a world boss hunt, and shout out to all the people who helped Park Tunes add all the world bosses. I think we did 10 or 12 world bosses in a night, which was really, really fun. And I did it on a Saturday night for once because we usually do it on a Friday, but at the same time, we did it a little later to accommodate West Coast players. So we did it at 10 p.m.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if we got West Coast players, but, it was nice to be a little more accommodating to some of those people to say, hey, come to our event, because 7 o'clock Pacific is maybe a lot easier. I know that I would have a better shot to be able to do something at 7 p.m. versus 6 p.m.
Yeah.
6 p.m. is straight up kid time.
Right.
Anyway, moving back. I have not played any Mortal Kombat 11.
What? Damn it! We should have played before. I got here.
Well, no, you got here minutes before we started.
That's
so,
true. That's
whatever.
the price I sacrificed Mortal Kombat 11 to eat dinner.
But I have been playing Apex Legends,
Ooh.
and the game is so good. What's the matter with you, Ari?
I just got a weird Snapchat.
See, Ari doesn't play video games. She's addicted to Snapchat.
Yeah, so she just is on her phone the whole time while we're talking about other things. She's like, la la la,
Yeah.
my turn's over, don't care. Wait.
Anyway, so I'm still loving it. I'm terrible at it, but it's so much fun.
But-
And
yeah.
and the game's free. I've spent nothing to do it, so it doesn't matter how much I play it. It's free,
Right.
and that's pretty sweet. And it brings me back to that quick fix game,
Right.
where I can play a match, and if I last to the last ring, it's a 15-minute match or a 20-minute match.
Right.
But really, truly, it never lasts that long. So I get that really quick fix. Oh, okay, I got a first-person shooter. I died a bunch. Okay, move on. Let's
Right.
go play Star Wars. The final thing is, as I alluded to earlier, and makes Nick and Ari happy that, well, not Ari, she thinks my shit's weak. But I did finish season 3 of Game of Thrones, which I already rambled on about it. All I'm going to tell you guys is please, 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 don't spoil it, but that dig-a-douche Joffrey has to die. Like, that dude just, I can't do it anymore. Like, I want to strangle that little puke. And I'm trying so hard not to swear, and I haven't swore yet in this episode.
Yes, you did.
I did?
Yes, like 3 times.
Just swear now. He deserves it.
I tried. Anyways.
Ari was talking about a dominatrix before. We can't make this a non-explicit episode.
Well, I know that, but I didn't swear. I did not swear.
Anyways, back at the ranch. Yes, I agree with you. Joffrey sucks.
Yes.
Just wait.
Just wait. I think it gets worse, actually.
Okay, in SOTOR news.
Well, are you going to ask me about my week?
No, no one cares.
Oh, I totally forgot you didn't go. See, I usually go after you, but
We're trying to break up the SOTOR talk.
all right.
Welcome
so let's
to
go.
my world.
Right. All right, Nick. I know one thing you did.
Yeah. Oh, so I'm going to swear. I motherfucking graduated! Thanks, Ari.
I read your notes.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, Den. I got a Bachelor's of Science in Physiology and Neurobiology. Now, see,
I thought it was neurobiology and physiology.
The other way around.
Neurobiology and physiology.
I don't even know what that means.
It means how your body works with a focus on how your brain works.
Anyways.
I wrote some of the show notes when I was a little intoxicated. So what
Yeah, I
had
like the
what I
air
had
horn noises and
Pause
pause for applause.
That's why I clapped.
That was great. And then I had also written, let's take a moment of silence to honor all of the hours of sleep that sacrificed themselves to help me get my degree.
I don't feel bad for you at all. You have no idea what no sleep means. You just wait until you have kids. Then you're going to figure out what no sleep is. Suck it up, buttercup.
Anyways, on to more sober notes.
Or you spend your whole weekend, Easter weekend, working because the internet's down at work.
Right?
Ooh.
That's rough.
That sucks.
So another news, I beat the Mortal Kombat 11 storyline finally.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
It's really epic. I don't want to go into any big spoilers, but minor spoilers. 2 of the characters merge together Dragon Ball Z style and defeat the big bad. Obviously, he knew that was going to happen. But it was pretty epic. The whole story is really cool. I won't say too much more because I know Marcus hasn't finished it yet, but it was really awesome. Why are you looking at me like I'm dead to you?
No way.
Oh.
I'm just thinking about how you beat Mortal Kombat 11, and now I just want to play it.
Right.
Can we just end the podcast now?
Sure. So you can go play?
Yes.
Sounds good to me.
He's like, I'm out. So I'll be starting God of War soon as my story-driven game of the summer.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, it is.
It was on my back shelf, and it got sidelined for
Yeah,
Spider-Man and
Yeah, you took it from me
did
like
you
6
finish
months
Spider-Man?
ago.
Yes, I finished Spider-Man. I finished Red Dead Redemption 2, and
Spider-Man was also very good.
It was really good. I never circled back to God of War, so now I'm gonna be
Yeah, you took it
God
from
of
me
War
like
was-
6 months ago.
right.
God of War
It's
is
just
really
been
good.
sitting on my shelf.
You've had too much to play.
Right. So that's about it for me. But look out for those God of War updates in the following episodes. Now,
Badass is badass.
yes, I'm really looking forward to it. I've played 0 of God of War.
What is that?
You don't know the God of War series with Kratos? Originally, he
Thank
It's
you.
okay.
Just-
Never mind. It's fine.
It's
It's fine.
just-
Yeah, I'll Google
these
it later.
these are not the droids she's looking for.
No.
Move along.
move along. Move along.
So in SOTOR news, we're getting a new game event, the
yes.
Pirate Incursion.
New in-game event, the Pirate Incursion. It's coming. The remote planet Dantooine has been thrust into the center of escalating hostilities between the Galactic Republic and the Sith Empire. Spurred on in secret by covert Imperial forces, the Nova Blade pirates have staged an all-out attack on the Pastoral Republic world. As the Republic scrambles to defeat the key territory at the edge of Imperial space, the Empire plans to capitalize on the chaos and deal a major blow to the longtime Republic bastion. I was trying to channel the pre-episode announcer from Clone Wars there.
So
I got it.
Thanks.
So it's pretty sweet. I'm really looking forward to a new in-game event because, like, mandatory fun nights, we usually do one of the events, if the Grease, the Rat Ghouls, stuff like that. And I feel like it's been time for something new. Mm-hmm. But something that's really cool about this is you're going to be able to go to Dantooine for the event, but then you'll be able to go to Dantooine after the event, and it's going to be like a peaceful planet.
That's cool.
So, like, it's going to be like 2 different planets when you go there, because during the event it's going to be hostile and there's going to be pirates. And then when you come back afterwards, it's just going to be chill and, like,
you don't have to, like, fight enemies all over the place.
There might be a few feminists there, but
yeah.
But, either way, the Pirate Incursion in-game event will initially be available for 2 weeks after 5.10.3 launches, and then it will join the other recurring events on rotation. One thing that I like is characters that are level 20 and above can travel to Dantooine to take part of the event, so you don't have to be max level to enjoy the event.
Right.
During the event, you'll be able to embark on a variety of normal and heroic daily missions to support your faction's interest on Dantooine. Basically, the way I understand it is the Republic is trying to drive the Nova Blades, the pirates, off the planet, and the Imperials are trying to help the pirates kill the pub side.
That's cool.
Which is awesome.
That is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That sounds cool.
Anyways.
And I like the whole pirate arg.
Yeah.
I know, I was just thinking that I like the whole, like,
pirate
aspect. It made me think of Firefly, where it's like space cowboys.
Right.
Well, the Nova
Space
Blades
pirates.
are an older faction. They had them around during Shadow of Revan expansion. They were all on Rishi.
Yep.
Oh, right.
Pirates. But, something that is cool that I just found out. So I've been reading or listening to the Master and Apprentice book. It's the Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon Jinn story, which is it's pretty good because, spoilers, Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon don't get along. Really? And it's pretty wild. Yeah, complete different views. Like, I was just blown away by it. They are... You remember Episode 1?
Yeah.
Is Qui-Gon the guy with the rat tail?
No, Qui-Gon's the guy that gets chopped in half by Darth Maul.
Right.
No, he gets skewered.
He gets skewered.
Darth Maul gets chopped in half.
Yeah, that's
I
what I
don't remember.
Yeah,
Episode 1.
Darth Maul gets spider legs.
He's played by He's played by the guy
Liam
from Taken.
Neeson.
Thank you, Liam Neeson.
Oh, all right. And Obi-Wan is his Padawan in that movie.
Yeah, Obi-Wan has the rat tail in that movie.
So anyway, through the rewards of Dantooine, and Dantooine, for anybody that doesn't know, that's the one Princess Leia gives up the planet in A New Hope. They're like, "Where's the rebel base? We're gonna destroy it." She's like, "Dantooine," and now we're going there like 3,000 years before that happens, and I'm just thinking, this planet's not going to be here,
right?
Because then they're going to obliterate that after all.
They don't blow it up.
I just watched that yesterday.
They blow up Alderaan.
Yep.
They blew up Alderaan, not Dantooine.
I know, but I was worried that they were going to destroy Dantooine.
Oh.
But anyways,
I used to have a house on Dantooine.
One thing that I'm really looking forward to for the whole new event is we're going to be able to get an Ugnaught companion. If you know what an Ugnaught is, I'm pretty sure an Ugnaught for you is in Empire Strikes Back. The little guys that help freeze Han and Carbonite.
Oh yeah,
I think those are Ugnaughts.
They also taunt Chewie with 3PO's head.
Yes. Thank you. So you're going to be able to get one of those companions, a walker mount, and a Cathhound mini pet.
I'm actually excited for the Cathhound mountain pet.
Yeah. And some stronghold decorations, but I'm not really into the stronghold thing. It's, I don't know.
Decor.
Yeah, I'm not really a decorator. If you look, it's just Star Wars paintings everywhere. Again, visuals, podcast.
They're kind of nice, though.
Well, they're real.
I know. I was noticing that. They're really good paintings.
Yeah, I know the artists. Anyways, Nick, when is 5.10.3 coming out?
We have a launch date, ladies and gentlemen. The launch date. Prepare to visit scenic Dantooine in Game Update 5.10.3, the Dantooine Incursion on May 28th, 2019. What the hell is that drum roll there?
I have no idea. So in Guild news, hot off the press, the next mega. This show is taking a weird turn today. Anyways,
We need a soundboard.
I was just going to say that you guys are in desperate need of a soundboard.
well, we got to talk to Brian because he has one, and I noticed that they have those like streamer pads. Remember, we saw those at PAX.
Yeah.
Where they have like 6 buttons.
Yeah.
That could be our soundboard.
Like the people that DJ and put their own like sound effects to each button, hit the like blank buttons.
I would just have "You're an idiot" as a button. so every time you say something, you're an idiot.
You need a quote from Stormin.
Just
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah. Anyways, so the next mega will be Friday, June 14th, 9 p.m. Eastern. And thank God I'm bringing it back to the imp side.
the right side.
Correct.
The wrong side.
No, it's the correct side, Dent.
No, it isn't.
Yes.
Damn it, Dent.
It's the losing side.
And I don't quite know what I'm going to do yet. So if you're listening to the show and you have a good idea, please
Let us
message
know.
me. Yeah, message me on Discord.
Or, or the website, or Twitter, or whatever. And if all this sounds fun to you, go to aie-guild.org, get our Discord info, ask for a guild invite, and whether you play SOTOR or any of the other games we play, we'd love to have you. So, as for our weekly shout-out, Dent, do you know of anybody that might be good at guild invites that could get people into the guild?
Apparently, I'm known for that here.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Dent is the masterson of guild invites.
As well as movie reviews.
As well as movie reviews. And also SOTOR. Well, as per usual...
Oh, I know what you have to do.
Yeah, I gotta use the little girl's room. So, without further ado, we'll be right back.
Well, I'll go use the men's room.
Okay.
Same.
And we're back. So today we're discussing Marvel's Avengers Endgame. Similar to our Infinity War discussion from way back in episode 13. I don't necessarily want to go like through the entire movie's plot bit by bit, but we'd rather talk through some discussion points in order to give like a little more interesting analysis. So,
Holy cow.
what? Infinity War was episode 13?
Yeah, Infinity War was episode 13.
Yeah.
I feel like that's when we were babies.
We were babies. You're terrible at this.
And
Actually, Infinity War I feel like we did a decent job with.
No. I'm just saying episode 13. We're on episode 44. We're 12 away from episode 50, the golden episode.
The golden episode.
Yeah.
Can I be on it?
No.
Well, no, it's just crazy to me when you see like episode 13.
Right. It's like, oh, that's a baby podcast.
Yeah. And Dent's back.
I know.
And so Dent,
go ahead, Marcus.
I just want to know. I'm going to go around the room. Dent, how many times have you seen Endgame?
I've seen it 3 so far.
Nick?
Unfortunately, just once.
Ari?
Once.
Oh, God. Marcus? Oh, you can only get out to movies once.
One
in
time.
your life. Once
So
a year.
I've been going to like the ghetto marts trying to find a bootleg copy of it just so I could watch it again.
No, you can't.
Nobody has it.
Yeah.
Like the bootleg DVD game must be over.
Yeah. It's not. It's all about the bootleg streaming now.
I know, but like, why can't these old guys just get a bootleg DVD?
Because who the heck I don't even have a DVD player.
They have a Blu-ray player.
Well, that's legit because those are actually really nice.
Yeah, I have a PlayStation 4 Pro. That's a Blu-ray player.
Right. Weird. Basically.
Plus, bootlegging is illegal and should not be done.
Right.
I agree and I disagree with that. I completely, because guys like me would love to see the movie before it comes out on digital in a year.
Right.
A year. It'll be less than 6 months.
I was being
facetious.
Yes.
I think Captain Marvel is out the end of the month and streaming.
Sweet.
Well, that's what I mean. But for me, like, I really want to see it again, and there's not a chance in hell I can get to the movie theater.
Right.
So, anyways, sorry, Nick. So for starters,
I just want to go around the horn and get what were everyone's initial thoughts the first time you saw it. Ari, would you like to start?
I loved it. I laughed when I saw it. I cried. I was also very satisfied with how it ended too.
Yes.
There was nothing where I was like, I wish they added in this, or what happened to this character, or anything like that. Or I wish I saw more of this character. I was really satisfied with how everything played out.
I agree. I think there was a good mix of. I agree. Yeah, that was what I walked away feeling like. I hit every emotional thing that I wanted to see. You know, like there's lots of action. There were lots of lots of action, like happy, sad, funny, like quite a bit of funny in the beginning, especially. And there were some cool like comic throwbacks that we'll probably hit on later as I'm skimming other people's answers in the show notes. I really enjoyed it a lot. I think I said it was like a 10 out of 10 or something like that for the movies, the MCU movies.
right, Dent, what did you think?
Yeah, I definitely agree. It's the pinnacle of this storyline. What they've done with the MCU is just like amazing. Like having this continuous thread starting off with Iron Man and then moving 22 movies to Endgame.
Yep.
It's a feat that might not see again. But the movie itself, I loved it. It hit all the marks for me.
Me too. Marcus?
I enjoyed the movie a lot. It was really good. Honestly, my favorite part of the whole movie isn't that the movie hit all the points because, I felt like they almost had to. It was that the Russo brothers said, look in order to do this right, this movie's going to be 3 hours. And, people gave them shit because, it's a 3-hour movie, but it had to be. I was thinking throughout the movie, like, there's no way you could cut this part out.
Right.
There's no way you could cut this part out. You know what I mean? And
it didn't feel like 3 hours.
Well, that's right. So I had my watch on because, kids, and in case there's an emergency, my wife's home with 2 kids, whatever. And the only reason why I knew how much time we were in the movies is because Ari kept elbowing me going, what time is it? What time is it?
But the only reason I was doing that is because I didn't know how it was going to end. So I kept asking what time it was because I wanted to see how much was left.
Well, right. No, in at one point, she asked me what time it was, and like so much happened, and we were an hour and 8 minutes in or something, and I looked at her, and she looked at me, and I was like, oh my God. And then I'm sorry before my rant is over. So I learned something new at the movies this time. Note to anybody listening to the movies,
yeah.
When you get your popcorn and you get your box of Swedish fish.
God. No, this is movie going 101. Everyone already knows this.
Please make sure you open up your Sour Patch Kids box because there's a bag that the Sour Patch Kids are in, and an hour and 8 minutes into the movie when you decide,
I want some Sour Patch. And you open the box, and I'm like, first of all, hold on.
And Nick's like, Marcus, what the fuck? Those things are in a bag. And I'm like, I didn't know that. How have you never bought a box of Sour Patch Kids?
Yeah.
I'm never going to the movies with you again.
It's like,
And you're
Marcus,
like, eat them later. And I'm like...
Okay, there's 2 ways to open a bag in a movie theater. If you know it's going to crinkle no matter what you do, so you can either just rip it the fuck open in one shot and be loud for 2 seconds, or be subtly, like, crinkling for, like, 20 minutes while you try to, quote-unquote, discreetly open the bag. Like somebody did.
Or you open it before the movie starts.
Or you do what most rational people do, and you plan ahead and open it before the movie starts.
Okay, so I learned my lesson, okay?
Can we also talk about the Nick sat on his popcorn?
I did sat
Oh
on
my
top of
God.
it. That was hilarious.
So we had our seats, and we were in a private, small, tiny private theater. I think it's a 100-seat theater max. And
Yeah, it's
and
not
Nick
like a
goes to the
change.
bathroom. This is before the movie comes in. He's like, "Oh, just put my popcorn on the seat." I'm like, "All right." Here comes Nick, looking all tough. He's like, "Yeah, I'm the man. Excuse me. Crunch." And he's like, "Did I just sit on my popcorn?" Yep.
The best part was like the way I sat on the popcorn, it like squished against the back of the seat and like poured all up over the popcorn and then just rained popcorn like down my back and like
Yeah,
all
the
under
people
my
behind
seat.
them.
Oh yeah, it was like
yeah.
over the back of my seat. It was like an overflowing volcano of popcorn.
Okay, so back to the movie. So that's how I felt about the movie.
Did you?
He did.
Yes, say your piece. Okay, cool.
Yes, I did.
So
Thanks for remembering.
my bad. Which moments of foreshadowing or like particular sort of storytelling elements or like movie tropes type of things stood out to you in the movie?
Dent?
So there are a lot, but I think what kind of did it for me was Cap sitting there on the field by himself, and then all of a sudden his ear he hears Anya left, and then all the portals open and everything.
That
just
was
floods
great.
through.
Oh, it was epic.
I thought he was gonna die
And
in
it's
that
just-
scene.
Yeah, and then you're just like this. It just got real, and it was like, oh, and then Avengers assemble, and that whole lead up just was fantastic.
Yeah, that was epic. Marcus?
So many parts.
Well, we can circle back if you want.
No. So, no, honestly, for me, it was when, oh my God. What's Gamora's sister's name?
Nebula.
Nebula.
She had a great arc.
When Bad Nebula came in and was going to screw everything up, that's what did it for me. I was just like, wow, that's so great. Because you don't think, I never actually thought about, because, she's like, she records everything and all that stuff, and Thanos did that to her, but for me, it was, holy shit, they actually did it, and this is what's happening, and this is what happens when you go back in time. I'm going to screw all this up.
A huge,
Right.
blew my mind moment for me
Mhm.
is I didn't realize the actress that plays Nebula also plays Amelia Pond in Doctor Who.
Yeah.
I don't know why I just discovered that very recently, and I was like, "Oh my god, Doctor Who!"
And it blew your mind.
Yeah, blew my mind.
Yeah,
Wow. Nick?
For me, so, in the end, when Cap is preparing to time travel to put all the stones back where they were, the whole time he's prepping, Bucky is looking at him all skeptically, really kind of slyly. I'm like, what the hell does he know that we don't? And I thought that was just a cool little gesture to tip you off that hey, he's not coming right back. You know,
Bucky knows.
Bucky knows.
Bucky
that-
knows without anyone talking.
That was, that he's just not coming back. He's gonna go live his life with Peggy and get his dance finally. All those years later, which that was just really cool. I thought that was a nice little nod, thinking back on it, to what was gonna happen. So for me, I thought that was a really cool little piece of foreshadowing, even though it was only a few seconds before the payoff. Still, I thought that was a cool little gesture. That Bucky knows Cap better than anyone else. Ari, did you go? Oh yeah, go ahead.
Not yet.
Sorry, I'm having trouble keeping track.
I liked all the little comic book nods that we were talking about, especially with Captain America.
Yes.
When they were in the elevator, and
Oh,
he was
yeah.
with all of the Hydra people, and he just goes, "Hail Hydra." I freaked out. I was like, oh my god, that is so cool. Probably one of the most hated Captain America comics,
Yeah.
but so cool. Awesome that there was a little nod to that
Right.
in the movie.
Yeah.
Because it's that's almost an not obscure, but obscure,
Comic book reference.
yeah, and for the people who got it,
Right.
that was awesome. And then even the captain versus captain fight,
Yeah.
I was like,
That was cool.
oh my god, when he thought he was Loki and he was like, I'm not gonna give up, and he was like, I know you're not.
I know you're not.
Oh my god, I thought that was so cool. And even all the jokes with that's America's
His
butt.
ass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's America's ass. That was so funny. And then another moment too where I was like, hell yeah!
Yeah.
It was just when Doctor Strange turns out he's getting the tsunami, and he turns over at Tony, and he just holds up his finger,
Like the one.
One.
Yeah.
It was like, yes,
That
we're gonna
moment.
do it, and just I didn't even think that the gauntlet that Thanos had was a Stark product.
Oh, you forgot.
I forgot. I was like, maybe he's just gonna get a stone out,
Right.
and that's gonna screw it up. Like, I was
Right.
like, oh my god!
And then he
it's
turns his
Stark
hand
product,
over,
and
and it's
just
all
horrible.
6.
It's like, yeah, that was so cool.
It was epic.
Epic.
Before we get on to which character is everybody's favorite, I want to say, one of my favorite points talking about I don't know, it's not really a storytelling element, but it goes along with the Cap callbacks to comic books, is when he picks up Mjolnir, Thor's hammer.
Yeah.
That was my freak out moment. I was like, fuck yes! And then Thor goes, I knew it! Which is pretty cool, because that probably means that when Cap tried to pick it up in, what was it, Civil War? Not Civil War, Age of Ultron?
Age of Ultron.
Yeah, that he was like, he could have picked it up, but didn't because he didn't want to, show up Thor or something.
And that's the thing, going around, with the interviews with the Russo brothers, were saying, he's always been worthy, but he didn't want to embarrass Thor at that time.
Right.
I
Which is
also-
pretty cool.
I also thought it was a moment when you see the look on Thor's face when Mjolnir comes back to him when he goes in the past.
Oh,
Right.
When he calls it, and it takes a little bit, and it's just the look of yeah, I'm still worthy.
Right.
It was kind of like a moment of oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So speaking of Thor going into the past, do you guys want to talk about who everybody's favorite character was? Can I just go first?
Yes.
So my favorite was Fat Thor.
Fat Thor.
Fat depressed Thor.
Can I just say, what are you guys doing? We're playing Fortnite.
Right. What was it?
Noob Master 69 is called me a dickwad again.
He just gets on and rips them apart. Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah.
I saw several memes online. It was like, Thor, we gotta go kill Thanos. Yeah, whatever. And then Thor's like, it's Thanos is Noob Master 69. Let's go! That was awesome. But I thought that was cool. It humanizes Thor a lot. Makes him pretty relatable. Hey, he's, a god, but he got depressed too, and he's dealing with some trauma stuff. And, as a chunky guy who likes beer and video games and has a podcast circled around one of those things, I related to that a whole lot. So it was just cool to see. And he overcame it, of course. So everyone likes a sort of a redemption story, or a pick yourself up by your bootstraps type of story.
Wake me up.
It's going to be
Before
as
you
Guardians
go.
of the Galaxy.
And the lead into the Asgardians of the Galaxy. That'll be sweet. So I'm excited about all that.
Pumped for that. I know, and on that note too, I really liked how they showed how all the different characters kind of coped with Snap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's very humanizing, very true that people deal with loss in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of going into what character was your favorite. I really normally don't like Black Widow in these Avengers movies because she's very one note. She's very the attractive assassin, this and that. She's good with a gun. But I really liked her in this movie because they kind of showed the depth of her character and how she could not give up on everyone dying. She couldn't give up that everyone was going, and it really kind of made her more into a dynamic character before she made that ultimate sacrifice.
Right.
So it also kind of made me look forward to the Black Widow movie that's coming out.
Yeah. You get a little bit more, more notes, to use your analogy. I agree. Marcus, who is your favorite character?
There is only one character for me.
Iron Man.
Actually, no.
Rocket?
Rocket. I like Rocket, too.
Well,
Although I am, now that I'm thinking about it, I am disappointed that there wasn't I'm going to get that insert prosthetic body part here from Rocket.
all right.
I
So
was kind of expecting it during the battle when they did the pan around and there's Winter Soldier and Rockets on the same screen at the same time.
He's like, I'm going to get that arm or something. Yeah.
To be honest with you, in this movie itself, I really liked Spider-Man.
I did too.
All right, and I'm just going to say, I'm so happy that the MCU gave up on the origin story of Spider-Man. Thank you. Like, the established Spider-Man is so nice because he's already... All right, listen, he's Spider-Man. Good. Moving on. And now he can just be him. And he's like a kid, and I feel like he's really, truly the neighborhood-friendly Spider-Man.
Friendly neighborhood Spider. Yeah, exactly.
And I really liked his character. The funny character of the thing that like blew me away was Hulk Bruce Banner.
Oh yeah.
Like, I mean, it was just funny. And
he was
then,
he was like a fratty Hulk.
Yeah, and then like he's in the diner and they're like, "Can we take a selfie?" And then Ant-Man's like, "What about me? Do you know who I am?" And they're like, No. And they're like, "Oh," he's like, "Come on, kids, go take a picture with them." And they're like, "No." And he's like, "No, it's fine.
Take the goddamn phone.
Yeah, exactly." So, yeah, for me, that's pretty much. But I'm just gonna say, but everybody was good in the movie.
Yeah, I liked all the characters.
It was the small moments, not the action scenes, that were actually the best parts.
I agree.
Absolutely. Yeah, and even I saw too, which was kind of like a cute little nod to Ant-Man and the Wasp. Ant-Man, he called Captain America Cap.
Yeah.
And the Wasp was like, "Oh, Cap." I forget the exact quote, but it was like, "Cap, like you're on a first name basis with him or something."
Yeah.
And then in Endgame, she called him Cap. And they looked at each other and had a little moment. And I missed it when I first watched it, but then I saw it online later, and I was like, "Oh, what an awesome moment that was, just to slide that in."
Yeah. That was cool. Speaking of emotions and moments, there was...
Nice segue.
Yes.
Nick Verne, pro level...
But you never asked me what my favorite character was.
Oh my god! See, I'd ruined it.
This whole 4.
I keep forgetting a person here.
Should I host
me, Marcus,
this?
and a guest.
I think I should host this.
So, Dan, sorry.
I'll make mine quick and say my favorite character was the Avengers.
No, you don't have to make it quick. We've got endless podcast time.
That was being kind of facetious because the Avengers is 6 separate characters, and they all had like really good story points, and they had their hero moments, and their wins and losses, and it was like each one of them. Like Tony got his win; he had his family for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Cap
got his dance with Peggy.
Finally got his dance with Peggy.
And life, frankly.
Yeah, he got a life. Hawkeye got his family back.
Mm-hmm.
Black Widow, when she sacrificed that. Like when at that last moment when they're hanging off the cliff, I really liked the way she delivered her lines. It was like soft. It was like resignation. It's like, let me go, and that was just beautiful.
Yeah,
like she's been an assassin her whole life, and she's finally doing something that can help everybody else.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree. I felt like this movie really changed how I felt about Black Widow.
Right.
And I'm actually excited for her solo movie now.
Right. It really solidifies her as like, someone who's done a lot of bad things that's trying to do good now. I know
she's getting the red out of her ledger.
Right. Exactly.
Anything else, Dan?
I just like all of them. Like Thor, like him coping, getting like just drinking, playing games, eating pizza.
Yeah, that was great.
Out.
And can we just say Gwyneth Paltrow, like Iron Man?
Oh, Iron Woman. I forgot her name in the comics. Rescue. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, being rescued. That was awesome.
That was epic.
That was epic. I as soon as I saw what's the daughter's name, Morgan pick up the mask, and I was like, oh my god, rescue!
But there's that throwaway line as they're starting to walk up to the house. He's like, "Mom never wears anything I make her."
Right?
Yes,
that was great.
It was nice. the Pepper Potts and Iron Man storyline was phenomenal. And I'm just going to tell you, my 3-year-old, all she wants is cheeseburgers, too.
I love you 3,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's greater than a ton.
Yeah.
That is greater than a ton.
I also saw a thing, and I don't know if this is just a coincidence, but I think there's like 3,000 minutes in all of the MCU movies combined.
Yeah, there was something like that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
And then, like, there was also that. So if we're playing that little numbers game, when he's talking to the helmet, he's like, I've been stuck in space for 22 days, which is the number of movies.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
There's so many little moments like that. Like, I feel like I could watch the movie 10 times and find something new about it.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I can't wait to get it on bootleg. so
Which
I
is illegal.
Yeah.
That's
and
fine.
wrong.
Working Class Nerds does not support bootlegging or pirating of any kind, or
Well,
any other illegal or illicit activity.
If I can watch that movie right now, I don't care if it's illegal. I want to watch it because I can't go to the movie theater.
I
But
gotcha.
either way, there is so many little points to make each character special in this movie.
Right.
You know,
That is America's ass.
That
Yeah.
is America's
yeah,
ass.
but you know, if there was a disappointment for me in a character, I would say it was Star-Lord.
Because he wasn't in it?
And
he
when
didn't do a whole lot.
because in Infinity War, he was the guy that screwed it up.
Right. And
You know what I mean?
He didn't
And
really
like I
fix
was
anything.
right, and he just was non-existent through the whole movie.
No,
Yeah.
he was all part of the plan.
Right?
Aw.
He was part of the.
And like
Doctor
Doctor Strange, yeah,
knew, like, that's why Doctor Strange even fought, because he knew that time is everything.
Right.
So everything had to happen in a certain order and a certain reason in order to get to that point in time.
Right.
Because he saw all 14 million something or other variations of the future, and there was only the one.
Right. So, as I tried to segue to earlier, but I forgot all about Dent's answer. So there were several emotional. Hold on. My mic stand just fell.
Nick cannot not mess with the mic.
My mic stand always is falling.
Well, no, it's because you constantly are moving it. We need the once
I need,
we're
like,
in
the mega stand.
Well, yeah, once we're in the man shed, you're gonna have to buy that like $100 arm that you can like throw around.
Right.
Anyway,
So there were several emotional points in the film. Just wanted to ask which one stuck with you the most, and I definitely know Marcus's answer. So would you like to go first?
Tony dying, like, for me, growing up as a kid, Iron Man was the guy that, like, because he's just a normal dude, right? Like, yeah, he's a playboy and he's filthy rich, but he was just a normal guy. Like, he is not a superhero, right? And then he made this suit, and now he's a superhero.
Right.
And it was his iron against, to defend himself against bullying, and my view on it is very different, right?
Yeah.
And reading those comics as a kid, and to see him essentially save everybody and be like, "Fuck you, I am Iron Man," and then, he knows he's going to die,
Right.
right? Like before that, and I just cried, and that part for me, and like. I guess his story arc was me, right? Like, so in the beginning of Iron Man, the movies, and in the comics, he's just a playboy and he's Iron Man.
Right.
And then that was me as a kid and growing up. And
I didn't realize you were a playboy.
well, no, I'm far from. But what I'm saying is, and then in the end, he's a family guy. Like, you go upstairs right now, and I have my wife who's sleeping in bed, probably listening to us talk and going, "Shut up." And then there's 2 kids upstairs, right? So like. He finished his life ended as a complete, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like full circle, I guess I should say.
Right.
So for me, it was totally Iron Man, and I kind of want to cry now
I
because that was so powerful. And then Pepper telling him, we're going to be fine.
We're gonna be fine. You can rest
now.
now.
Yeah,
that
like-
hit me like a ton of bricks.
Yeah, like she's saying, "Yo, we're good. You did it."
Right.
Like, sleepy time.
That also that hit me a lot because I felt like it was really real. Because
Yeah.
even our mom is a nurse who works at in
Hospital.
Hospital, yeah. And she's come home with stories too, where she's been with patients, where she just kind of sits there and tells them in their last moments, it's okay. You're not alone. We're here with you. It's okay. You can go. So when Pepper was when she said we'll be okay, that's immediately when I started tearing up. I was like, oh my god,
It's so real.
Yeah. It was just so real.
Well,
just to
and
have him know that he can die peacefully, knowing that he saved the world.
Right.
Her delivery of that as well is like she's trying to be strong and then just loses it right after.
He passes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because through it all, he is her everything.
Right.
No matter how much shit he gave her.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, going back to Iron Man 2 where he signs over the company, like, she's like, why are you in my office? And he's like, this is my office. Not anymore.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So, man, rest in peace, Iron Man.
I know. What a great arc, though.
I
It's got to
even-
be one of the best, like, I don't know. Not well-rounded, but, like, nicely polished off, like, character arcs in ever,
Yeah.
I even I saw it was like a screen cap from back to the first Iron Man movie, and it was a quote from the scientist who originally saved him in the cave.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like a quote from the Quran where it's like, you save one man, you save the world. And it kind of goes back to he saved Tony Stark, 8 years ago? 10 years ago?
10 more.
Yep.
Yeah, 10 years ago.
10 years ago, and now Tony Stark saved the world.
Right.
It's kind of like, just was like a wow.
Like a full,
moment.
weird. That's cool. Full circle.
Full circle. Just like you said, Nick, what an amazing character arc. Something that I really don't think that we've seen in
Anything else, really?
Yeah. Any kind of platform, whether it's movies, TV show, books, anything that grand of a size.
Right.
Dent, what was your emotional?
Yeah, there's just one.
Well, yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
There's several.
Yeah, it's like that cold opening, and you're with Hawkeye,
Right.
with family, and then,
Oh.
and then
That's what I was going to say. I didn't want to take it because I know you
No,
and Ari were
no.
both going to say stuff about it.
that set the tone for the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, my jaw was on the ground.
Immediately.
Like as soon as it started, I'm like, oh, they're starting it this way.
yeah.
I was like, yeah, as soon as I realized it was hot, like, I thought it was a preview at first because there was no Marvel, like, Flash or anything. So I was like, I thought it was one of the previews again. And then I was like, wow, this looks really nice, like a movie for a preview. And then I saw it was like Hawkeye and family. And I was like, oh, no.
Yeah.
It was just that
And-
sense
but-
of dread you get through that whole scene.
And the thing is like, so in the theater, the opening night when I was watching it, like the theater was like there was audible gasps, like,
Yeah. Same for us.
Well,
Right.
but
Oh.
I'm just going to say, when you go to a movie on a Thursday night before the movie is supposedly released, like you are subject to people screaming, people, oh my god, like
People
you're
clapping.
getting laughing, like you're getting the diehards there.
Yeah.
You're not getting the, okay, this movie just ate $800 million in the thing, and this is the Wednesday after it came out.
Yeah, it's
Group.
like, okay, I guess I should go see this because everyone at work has been talking about it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I agree because I think I even said it in the Infinity War episode that we did.
Yeah.
I was like, I think the only way that Hawkeye is going to come back is he's going to lose his whole family.
Yeah, I agree.
And as soon as that scene came up, because I remember seeing there was little snippets of Hawkeye.
As Ronin.
No, training his daughter.
Oh, right.
With the
Oh,
bow
right.
and arrow, and I was like, "Oh my god!" I hope to God that that's after the snap, and he's training her to be
Yeah.
uh,
The next Hawkeye.
Kai or
whatever,
something
yeah.
like that. And as soon as they opened, my heart, my heart dropped. I think I just looked at Marcus and I was like, "Oh my god, this is how the next 3 hours is gonna go. I'm
Right.
just gonna be an emotional roller coaster."
Yeah.
And then fast forward when Hawkeye is going bananas
Yeah.
and he's killing the entire Yakuza.
Right.
and that's all in one shot.
That's all one shot?
It's all one shot.
Oh, that's so cool! I gotta go rewatch that. I remember like there was a really cool fight scene in Netflix show Marvel Blind Guy Daredevil. Thank you.
The hallway shot.
The hallway shot, the famous hallway shot. That
They have like one each. They had one in like almost every season, and plus the Defenders.
right. So that was really cool. I got to go watch that because that's probably similarly epic.
Now showing at your local gas station bootleg.
But to follow up with the cold opening, after that, and they went to the Marvel like credit.
Yep.
If you noticed, I don't know if anyone paid that much attention, but everyone who was snapped out of existence was not in the Marvel fanfare.
Wow, I didn't notice that.
It was only the 6.
The original 6 Avengers, yeah.
Even though their scenes, like the Doctor Strange scene when he's, I think it's in the Sanctorum, that's there, but
Yeah.
he is not.
Right. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's cool.
It's kind of like they did. I understand why they did the Stan Lee tribute to Captain Marvel.
Well, yeah, because he just passed away, and
well, I was kind of expecting it to show up here, but it made more sense to have this as like a more of a storytelling part of it's part of the storytelling process for them to reaffirm like this is the universe they're in now.
Right.
right.
That was cool.
Either way,
I think I have to go. Ari, did you go? I mean, we kind of just talked about the family.
Yeah, I think
Your
I
answer
kind of
was the
said
cold
my
open.
There's just so
points
many
for
of
the cold
those
open,
things.
and then
Yeah.
Pepper with Tony's death.
I guess my besides of course Tony's death, the funeral, that cold open, that I thought a really emotional moment for at least for me, and most people I feel like too, is when Cap is before we realize that the portals are going to open behind Cap, and he's just alone facing Thanos' whole like entire army by himself, and he straps on like the half a shield basically.
Can I pause everyone for a second?
Sure. Yeah.
Marcus gave me shit for eating pretzels,
And now he's munching on pretzels.
and now he's eating pretzels.
Called out. Well, see, we have these fancy new dynamic mics, so we can move our mouth away from the mic, and then you don't hear us anymore.
I don't know what you're talking about.
See?
Anyway, so all right, okay.
But I thought that was a really cool moment when Cap is there, and then obviously that leads into the on
I
your
was
right.
half expecting him to say, "I can do this all day," even though they already did that line earlier in the
I
film.
thought he was going to say it too.
And when they're in the past and he's fighting himself and his young self is saying, "I can do this all day," and older Cap's like, "I know."
He's like, yeah, he like rolls his
Shut
eyes
up.
like,
I know.
Shut right. Exactly. So
But yeah, that scene, he's like, "All right, I'm going to tighten this belt and I will continue on doing this."
Yep.
And
I will. I'll do this if it kills me, like just for out of honor. I thought that was just great. So obviously we all really liked the movie, but were there any parts of the movie that we didn't like? Anybody?
It being over.
Yes.
Marcus? Go ahead.
Okay. I really liked Captain Marvel in the Captain Marvel movie, and I don't like what I felt like she should have had a better presence in the Avengers movie, and I understand it was, and I understand this movie was about Cap and Thor and Hulk.
It's about the original 6.
Right,
Yeah.
correct. But I feel like her parts were. I almost felt like they were like not there originally, and they just threw her parts in.
Well, I can tell you from a movie making standpoint, they shot Avengers Endgame before they shot Captain Marvel. So they didn't really have her character fleshed out and like that script finished and shot and like in interviews Brie Larson straight up said like, yeah, when I did play Captain Marvel in Endgame, I really didn't know like what the character was like at all. So it's kind of like I kind of was just winging it and like had a really flat affect a lot of the time. And then later when they shot Captain Marvel, she could actually like get into like what the character's like and motivations and her personality and really develop the character there. So that's why Captain Marvel kind of sucks in Endgame.
Well, I don't think she sucks, but I just felt
it's like flat.
Like the whole Captain Marvel movie where she like the whole pager thing and all that stuff, and she's bad to the bone, and then in Infinity War when Fury activates the pager, and you're like, holy shit. And then even in the trailer where like the Thor moment, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, holy shit, like she's gonna have a mega role, and it was like she was almost like non-existent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they threw like, here, let's throw a ball up in the air. There's Captain Marvel, and then
do that.
Well,
they needed to do that. They couldn't. This wasn't her roles when she showed up were important. It wasn't. It was about the six.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
I think I even said to Marcus during the movie, I was like, oh my god, Captain Marvel is barely going to be in this.
Yeah.
Once they started kind of coming everything together and they started working on a plan, I was like, oh, Captain Marvel is not even going to be in this movie.
Yeah.
But I really like the part where she kind of came in at the end battle too, because it's really like, I think it would have been too easy for her to
hop in and kill Thanos or
just
something.
kill everyone, you know?
Yeah.
And I agree with Dan. I think it had to be about the main six. I think if they had her in throughout the whole movie, it would have just been idolizing the Rookie and not so much emotional with the main Avengers that we kind of say goodbye to in this movie.
Yeah, it's their story.
Right.
And they're kind of like handing it off.
Right.
On
You know what?
Go ahead.
So before we move on to other points, talking about Captain Marvel, I just want to say here the way, so like narratively speaking, a lot of times movies will pump up characters that are like almost like OP in video game terms, like they're too powerful, so you would need to nerf them, right? So you have to narratively nerf a character. Like Game of Thrones struggles with this sometimes with Bran, like having having like all these powers and stuff like that. So
Spoiler.
So when he became, whatever. I won't say too much because of Marcus. But in this case, Captain Marvel is the strongest character in the universe, and it's like, okay, why is she around? Like, well, she's up there, right? She's like can fly through ships and things. So,
yeah. I mean, I think Doctor Strange can do a lot more.
That's true too. He can do a lot, but
Thor is the mightiest Avenger. He's the strongest Avenger. He keeps telling everyone.
Right. Well, my point was that I thought her, in the post-snap apocalyptic world where they're saying, like, hey, what's everyone been up to? She's saying, like, look, there's a lot of planets in trouble besides Earth. I'm spread thin here. I thought that making her have to, like, go help a gazillion different planets was a cool way to, like, sort of nerf her in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like,
sure.
They had to take her out of the picture, and that was the best way of doing it.
Right. I just thought that was a good way of doing that. And I know other shows or other medias have struggled with that concept of how to like nerf your character that becomes overpowered, or like the dragons in Game of Thrones is another example. Like they've kind of struggled to nerf them sometimes too.
Dent, is there anything about the movie that you didn't like?
I don't know. Time travel is always a tricky trope. So, for this movie, I've kind of like, all right, as long as they set their own rules and they follow their rules, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, me too.
And they broke their rules a little bit, but it still worked for me.
Yeah, I didn't think it was too bad. I liked how they like
I tried not to think of the technical aspects of it. I was all right. Let it just be the emotions and the performances.
Right.
I like how they kind of addressed that, saying like, I think it was Ant-Man that says like, you mean it's not like Back to the Future? What are you talking about? Or somebody says that, I forget.
Quantum Leap, Hot Tub Time Machine, Die Hard. Wait,
right.
not Die Hard.
Right.
And just for the record, I'm just putting it out there, Die Hard is not a Christmas movie.
Yes,
it
it
is
is.
a Christmas movie.
How is it not a Christmas movie?
Die Hard and Die Hard 2 are both Christmas movies.
It cannot be a real Christmas until Hans, whatever his last name is, falls off the building.
You've never seen Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Anyways, back at the ranch. I thought they did a pretty good job with the time travel stuff. I didn't mind them like addressing it and being like, look, this is what we're saying time travel is and how it works, and go,
don't question it.
Don't question it. Yeah.
And I did enjoy that the whole thing with Ant-Man all stems on a rat stepping on a button.
That was great. The whole savior. That was like one of the first memes I saw afterwards. It was like the real MVP of Endgame was the rat. So go ahead, Mark.
You were saying something about the meme.
Yeah.
I feel like you have nowadays, if you go see the movie, you have to go the first day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as it's available, you need to go see it, because I don't understand why, as soon as you walk out of a theater, people are just spoiling it everywhere. It's like, give people some time.
Well, people want to talk about it, I think.
Did you hear about the Korean guy?
No.
So, in Korea, the movie came out, and it was the opening night. Some Korean guy was walking out of the theater in Korea and started screaming all the spoilers. They beat the living crap out of the guy.
Well, yeah, I think that would happen anywhere.
Yeah. But anyway, that's just my...
Online, though, I feel like they did a really good job of not spoiling it.
I didn't see any spoilers.
For like there was like, I think, a 2-week period that the Russo brothers were like, no spoilers, just let it be, let people go see it, let the people who want to go see it, and then if you don't see it in this time period, well, it's your own fault. Yeah. It's your own fault if you get spoiled.
And $800 million later.
Right. Yeah.
800.
I think it was
2.5 billion.
Right.
I'm talking about in the first weekend.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So that was what, 1.7?
You're right. So, in all of your respective opinions, which new or future characters or future movies or whatever will have the biggest impact on the upcoming films?
Do you want me to start?
Sure.
I think Spider-Man, moving forward, is definitely going to be a big name because it's, like we said, it's the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Holland does a great job at the character. It definitely represents that goofy high school kid that just wants to save the day, Mr. Stark.
Right.
And I'm really excited. I think that's the next big Marvel movie that's coming out, right?
Yep.
And there's nothing before that.
Yeah,
so I'm really excited. I'm excited to see Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio. That's going to be really good.
I'm interested in that.
That's going to be a really good combination. The cast for that is good, and I'm just excited. I think that's going to be a big thing. And then obviously Black Panther is going to be another big hit. Captain Marvel will definitely. Like we said, I think she's going to continue her role of she's going to come in when she needs to come in.
Yeah.
But she's going to be more of an element of all of space rather than just Earth.
Right.
Almost like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Dent?
Dent, go ahead.
I actually think Doctor Strange is going to be a bigger player.
I love Doctor Strange.
He's like we love his movie here. Like,
yeah.
It's just a fun, like the whole mystic arts portion of it, the spirituality of it. It's just a fun take on in this universe. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what they do with him next.
I can't wait to see Doctor Strange too. He's my favorite character in all of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Like, he works well when they put him in this playground with other characters,
right?
Like
And
playing off Tony and Spider-Man and all like that. Those are some of my favorite parts of Infinity War.
Right, I agree. I think it's like a 3-part combination. I think his powers are obviously very cool and interesting and very unique. That helps a ton. I think the actor playing him is obviously fantastic, Benedict Cumberbatch. So I'm already predisposed to like him because I like him in a bunch of other works. I know Ari does too. She's shaking her head profusely.
Sherlock.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. Sherlock comes to the forefront. Well, there was another show that he was really good into where he plays like a drug addict. That was really compelling.
Sherlock?
No. So besides Sherlock. And also he was a surgeon, which obviously I want to go into the medical field, so I'm predisposed to like the character again there.
Sherlock.
Watson?
Ha 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 ha.
Marcus has never seen Sherlock, I don't think.
You should watch it. It's good.
It's great.
It's really good. Really good TV.
Yeah.
TV movies.
What I was gonna say besides Doctor Strange was Thor in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really looking forward to that continuing dynamic.
Oh, you mean as Guardians of the Galaxy?
Sorry, yes, the as Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm looking forward to him, like, you know.
We know who's captain, right?
the dual captain. role.
Yes, you're captain.
Yeah. I guess you can be captain.
Ooh,
Marcus.
knives.
Marcus, what are you looking forward to going forward?
I'm more confused because Iron Man was the center of the universe, right?
Yeah.
So every time Robert Downey Jr. was in a movie, it was, awesome.
It was like
It was like he was the guy. So he's gone now. Who's going to be, what character is going to be the next Iron Man? And it's not going to be Captain Marvel.
I don't think there is going to be another main person. I think that they have grown the universe enough that they're going to be able to get a target audience for more obscure characters. And
Right.
I think I kind of touched on this on a different point of our notes. I think having all of the superheroes come together in Infinity War, Endgame, and even Civil War, I think it's really opened up a space for Marvel to expand the cinematic universe and expand what they do on the big screen too, because I think it makes room for a lot more weird comics,
Yeah.
a lot more fun comics, a lot quirkier comics, and I think because it has the Marvel name on it, I think people are still going to go see it.
No, I'm with you, but, I feel like, okay, new Captain America is the new Captain America. But I don't know.
I don't think there is going to be a new Captain America. This is what I'm trying to say.
I'd be surprised if there was a dedicated Captain America movie.
Well, he's going to be in it, but I'm saying, there's no, staple. You know, Black Panther as a movie was a good movie, but he's not...
There's not a staple to make a...
Right.
There's not... So I think what
sustaining the Marvel universe. They can come out with all the obscure stuff and all that, but they're gonna need the quote-unquote Avengers moving forward.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to have that. Or at least they're not for a while.
No, it might not be for a while, but they're going to need something.
I don't think they're going to have another team-up franchise for a long time.
Unless it's
I
the
think...
Fantastic Four or X-Men.
I think those are longer down the pipe than we realize.
Right.
I think they have Kevin Feige has a plan, and I think Phase 4 is already plotted out, and I think once they start getting to Phase 5, that's where you'll see FF and X-Men start to show up.
Right.
Right.
I think it's going to be a lot of you'll get a Guardians movie. You will get obviously things we know that we already have. I guess Doctor Strange 2, Black Panther 2, Black Widow, the Spider-Man movie. I think you're going to have a lot. We're resetting here, so you're going to have a lot of individual
Filler?
movies. No, not
all.
filler.
Build-ups.
Build-ups, yeah, build-up films.
Because and that's what they did with throughout these 10 years. It's all been build-ups.
Right, and then finally we got the first Avengers movie, and that was epic, of course. It's a big team up from all these characters that had their own standalone movies that we were really interested in.
Can I just say my favorite part of every Marvel movie is when Hulk smashed Loki in the tower. Still to this day.
Yeah.
I love when...
Puny God.
Yeah, exactly.
Puny God.
Was it... Who else got it and Loki was like...
See how it feels? Oh, Thor in
Yeah.
Ragnarok. We
Yeah,
watched
Ragnarok.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And he
Which
was like...
is another great movie.
Now you know how it feels! Or something to that effect. Yeah, that was a great movie, too. I enjoyed that.
But back on to kind of what we were talking about earlier with the dynamic of the MCU moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of agree. I don't think that there needs to be a standalone Iron Man type figure moving forward, or at least right now.
Yeah.
Because I think this, like I said, it opens up the gate for they're going to have a lot of standalone movies. It's opportunity because Marvel has the attention of not just the target audience of comic book nerds, but the whole public.
Yeah.
It's going to open up opportunity for them to do these weird comics, fun comics that comic book nerds are going to freak out over seeing them on the big screen, and the general public's going to have fun going to see, and it's going to be kind of generations of having these standalone movies, and maybe again far down the line having a team up again, but after they've established a relationship with characters that we've never met before. So I think right now is kind of a time to introduce new characters that we haven't seen.
Yeah. Go ahead, Dan.
No, I was going to say, like, so to finish off this current phase of movies, it's Spider-Man is the final one, and then they'll start going into the
next phase,
which is 4, I believe.
Yes.
So that's where we'll start seeing. They'll have the sequels for
Black Panther,
Marvel, Black Panther, Doctor Strange.
Right.
There'll be another Spider-Man. There'll be another
Guardians movie.
And then I think they have one more announced. I forget who's the new character they're going to be releasing.
I saw it was I don't know how to even say it. Is Morbius?
Mobius?
No, that I saw that, but I think it's someone else. Damn it! Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I think it's interesting. It's kind of like Marvel. Like, it almost seems like I feel like going forward, their phases are going to be like. I think of it as football shaped, right? So you get like on one as you're traveling from one end of the football to the other. It's kind of like, you get one new character, you get Iron Man, then you get another, you get Captain America, then you get Hulk, then you get, I think the order's screwed up, but you get what I'm trying to say. And then you expand this, as you get more characters, it expands out and out and out, and then you are bringing them back together with these team-up movies towards the end. You know what I'm saying? And then you're just having your core 6 or something, like at the end of Infinity War. So now we're kind of thinned back down to, we've got rid of a lot of our original characters. Now we've got these new characters, and we're going to build back out again before we come back together for some team-up movies, if that makes sense. So now we're in the building out, we're in the character development, the backstory, the development sort of phase before you can have people team up and come together, and then it'll actually mean something when you have these characters interacting on the screen. Absolutely.
I agree. Pumped for this.
Me too.
So yeah, the Phase 4, just to circle back on that, they're adding the Eternals in Shang-Chi.
Oh, yes. Shang-Chi? Who is Shang-Chi?
So, and July 29th, 2022 is Avengers 5.
Oh. I feel like that's quick. 3 years? Well, you can chuck a lot of movies in 3 years.
But that's usually how their phases went.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
Okay, so
cool.
My final thought, can I just say?
Yeah.
Do you guys realize that Disney owns everything?
They just bought Hulu too.
Did they really?
Well, no, they bought no. They bought 51% of the shares for $5.8 billion.
Yeah, they pretty much bought.
So they
NBC,
bought Hulu.
Comcast.
Yep. Right. So they own everything. So everything my kids consume will be Disney. It's insane.
Monopoly.
Well, I look at it as, talk about shaping the youth of today the way you want them to be. Every piece of content they consume, you own.
That's so scary.
That is really scary.
That's like a 1984 kind of a
thing.
George Orwell. 1 +
Well, no,
1
I don't mean it
equals-
like that. I'm just saying they own everything. But the one thing that I will say that I am excited for is that they have the X-Men, because I feel like Fox did a good job with a couple of the movies.
Right.
But they didn't really do the Marvel justice. And I feel like there hasn't been too many Marvel dud movies.
Right.
There's been a couple of them that weren't like the best, but they've all been good.
Right.
And important apparently.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Everything, everything led up to this, and I'm looking forward to it. So,
Any other general thoughts before we start wrapping things up? Ari, did you already cover your points? Basically.
Are we just talking about Marvel? Just sticking to Marvel for this episode?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not DC.
No.
No DC stuff.
No.
Okay.
Not allowed. Dent? Any other general thoughts?
There are, but there are just so many little things we could go through that we'd be here until
All
tomorrow
night.
morning.
All
The
right.
never-ending podcast. That's
Well-
it for me.
Yeah. So, well, thanks, Ari and Dent, for coming on the show.
You guys are awesome as always.
And it's our first successful 2-hour podcast.
Woo!
Crap.
Yep.
No. Joe Rogan, watch your back.
Yeah.
Isn't this usually the way with me, though?
Actually, it is. Every time you are on the show, it's a really long show.
It's like a record-ly long episode.
I feel like with me too.
We're
Wasn't-
talkative up in here.
Up in here. So, thanks, guys.
Thanks.
No, thank you.
Thank you.
What are you guys talking about in here?
Find out next episode of
Working Class Nerds.